Keanu Reeves moves through the world with a calm that feels almost otherworldly, as if Hollywood and fame belong to someone else. For over 5 decades, he has walked the line between myth and reality, captivating audiences with characters who are both warriors and philosophers. Yet his real heroism lies off-screen. His life has been punctuated by immense suffering, from family loss to personal tragedy. But what sets him apart is the way he carries it. With dignity, with softness, and without bitterness. While the world applauds his cinematic feats, the subtler triumph is surviving heartbreak without losing humanity, remaining gentle when life demands hardness, and trusting in goodness, even when it seems scarce. In a culture that equates success with ego and spectacle, Keanu's grace feels radical, proof that one can endure without becoming cruel, and that generosity and humility can coexist with fame. Childhood shadows, the abandonment that shaped him. Born in Beirut on September 2, 1964, Keanu's name carries a poetic meaning. Cool breeze over the mountains. His father, Samuel Nolan Reeves Jr., was a Chinese-Hawaiian geologist, and his mother, Patricia Taylor, an English showgirl. When Keanu was just 3, his father disappeared without warning, leaving no note, no explanation, no goodbye. Years later, he saw his father once at 13, a brief, unremarkable encounter, and then the man was gone again. This absence left more than emptiness. It deprived Keanu of a blueprint for understanding fatherhood, love, and trust. From this early wound came an awareness that life can break promises without reason. He learned that love could vanish, that stability could be an illusion. Yet, in these fractured beginnings, he also developed resilience. The missing father was a silent teacher, shaping a young boy into someone who would learn to carry sorrow quietly, survive without bitterness, and seek understanding in a world that often offers none. A childhood of movement and instability. After his father left, Keanu's mother moved frequently, from Sydney to New York, finally settling in Toronto. Each move disrupted any sense of permanence, leaving Keanu and his siblings in a constant state of adjustment. Patricia remarried 3 times, each husband a temporary shelter that eventually departed, leaving the house once again adrift. Raised mostly by grandparents and nannies, Keanu experienced care and love, but it was filtered through other people's routines and schedules. School was difficult. He struggled with dyslexia, which made letters and words refuse to cohere, and he clashed repeatedly with authority, leading to expulsions. Amidst the chaos, he found sanctuary in the ice rink, becoming a hockey goalie. Nicknamed The Wall, he absorbed every impact for the sake of others, learning resilience and endurance. Early life taught him that the world could be unkind, unstable, and unpredictable. But it also showed him that protection, focus, and discipline could create a small space of control in an otherwise uncontrollable environment. River Phoenix, a friendship that endured and wounded. In 1989, Keanu met River Phoenix, forming an intense friendship rooted in sensitivity, spirituality, and shared disillusionment with Hollywood superficiality. They bonded over motorcycles, philosophy, and a mutual feeling of being misunderstood. Keanu even rode 1,300 miles to convince River to co-star in My Own Private Idaho. Their connection seemed unbreakable, but tragedy struck on October 31, 1993, when River died of a drug overdose at just 23. Keanu, filming Speed, was struck by grief that was almost impossible to bear. Friends described his mourning as palpable, a grief that hung around him like a shadow. For Keanu, this loss was a profound encounter with mortality and the fragility of life. The tragedy forced him to confront pain directly, teaching him early that suffering is inevitable, and survival requires both humility and emotional resilience. Friendship, love, and grief became intertwined, forming a foundation that would guide his compassion in years to come. a decade of care. Love that saves. Long before Rivers' death, Keanu began another profound act of devotion. In 1991, his sister Kim was diagnosed with leukemia. For 10 years, Keanu became her caretaker, selling his home to live closer, funding treatment, cooking meals, and providing unwavering support. This was not charity. It was family love enacted in its purest form. His experience with Kim's illness profoundly shaped his understanding of empathy and responsibility. Later, when the Matrix brought wealth, he donated $31.5 million to leukemia research through a private foundation, choosing anonymity over recognition. Kim eventually went into remission, and Keanu witnessed the transformative power of care. Love, even in its most painful context, proved to be both resilient and redemptive. This period reinforced a central theme in Keanu's life. Meaningful action is rooted in selflessness, humility, and consistency, showing that true heroism is not a matter of fame, but of quietly enduring and supporting others in their most desperate moments. The Child Who Never Lived. 1999 brought not only fame and wealth, but an unimaginable tragedy. Keanu and Jennifer Syme were expecting a child, Ava Archer Sim Reeves, who was stillborn on Christmas Eve. She never drew breath, never opened her eyes, never had a first cry. The grief was profound, uncontainable, and reshaped their relationship. Keanu and Jennifer stayed close, bonded by shared sorrow, but their love could not flourish under the weight of absence. This loss illustrated another painful truth. Life's harshest trials can strike without warning. Keanu's ability to endure this heartbreak while remaining present for Jennifer as a friend reflects a remarkable emotional maturity. The loss did not embitter him. It deepened his empathy, his understanding of impermanence, and his capacity for quiet resilience. Ava's absence became a lasting part of his life, a testament to grief that transforms rather than destroys. Love lost again. The death of Jennifer Syme. 18 months later, tragedy struck once more when Jennifer Syme died in a car accident at 28. Keanu had spent the previous day with her, and the suddenness of her death crystallized grief's merciless nature. She was buried beside Ava, a mother and daughter lost too soon. Keanu's response was private, solemn, and grounded in respect for life's fleeting nature. He did not retreat into bitterness. He simply carried the losses with him. These twin tragedies reinforced a life philosophy. Grief does not end. It reshapes. Keanu's mourning was quiet yet complete, teaching him that endurance is not about denial, but about accepting pain while continuing to engage with the world. In surviving the unimaginable, he modeled emotional honesty, showing that strength lies not in avoidance, but in the capacity to remain compassionate amidst life's cruelties. A life defined by generosity. At 60, Keanu Reeves stands as an anomaly, a superstar without arrogance, a wealthy man without greed. Despite an estimated net worth of $380 million, he lives modestly, rides public transportation, and performs acts of kindness without fanfare. His generosity extends beyond gestures. He is deliberate in supporting co-workers, aiding the less fortunate, and using his resources for good. Arch Motorcycle Company highlights his creative spirit, yet it is his humanity that resonates most. Keanu's life demonstrates that true impact is measured not by personal gain, but by the capacity to ease others' suffering. In a world that often equates power with dominance, he embodies the quiet strength of compassion, showing that endurance, humility, and moral integrity are the truest forms of success. The end that is not an end. Keanu Reeves' story is not one of triumph over tragedy, but of grace within it. Surviving life's relentless hardships does not mean escaping them. It means choosing gentleness, generosity, and resilience in the face of pain. His journey reminds us that courage is not always loud. it can be the quiet persistence of remaining soft in a hard world. By living with empathy, kindness, and humility, he turns loss into wisdom and suffering into compassion. His life is a testament to second chances, to dignity amidst despair, and to the power of enduring love. Even in moments of unbearable grief, he whispers a message that resonates deeply. To survive is not merely to exist, it is to carry hope, to keep faith in goodness, and to show the world that even broken hearts can still give and receive love.